Hello there, and today we'll be looking at the official annual for LEGO Star Wars for next year, which is now out as of August 31st, and does focus on Return of the Jedi, with this year being its 40th anniversary. And as you can see, it does contain Star Wars Return of the Jedi characters and vehicles, most notably this minifigure on the front and on the front of the book, Endor Luke Skywalker. Or at least Luke Skywalker in his Endor robes, as he isn't from Endor. But if we take a look at the minifigure first, you can see it's held in with this plastic, which should be fairly easy to remove. And once that's popped open, you can return to the front and just pull off this casing, which, much like all the other encyclopedias, does leave a little bit of a mark. But I feel that taking this off and just having the hole up here and the hole at the bottom is much better than the whole case still being displayed, especially with the thick covers they used to give these books, which takes up unnecessary room on your bookcase. But this minifigure is definitely going to get a load of other eyes onto this annual, as before this annual came out, this minifigure was an exclusive to the Endor diorama that this Luke comes in. And I also have the LEGO Advent, which this year comes with the Leia Endor figure from the same diorama. And if you pair these both up, it's a great way to get the minifigures if you haven't purchased the diorama. And for any collectors that didn't want to pay the high price and have waited, you have been rewarded, and now you can get these minifigures for a lot cheaper. And since the dioramas come out, there's been no other way of getting that Scout minifigure without paying more. I think the Scout is still in the Razor Crest, which is definitely going to be one of the sets retiring at the end of this year, alongside my recently reviewed Dark Trooper Attack and all the other Dark Trooper sets, including the helmet. But that Scout was also available in a magazine earlier this year. So with these three figures being available, and the new Emperor head also being in the Advent, the new Vader being in the mech, LEGO are definitely making these available for a lot cheaper. So I wonder how long it will be before we get the new Luke hairpiece in a cheaper set. And speaking of that, before I open this annual and start looking at all the fun activities inside and the Easter eggs that we'll be picking apart, the next LEGO Star Wars magazine is C-3PO with his arm printing, which will definitely be a great one to pick up. And that's not the best part, the minifigure comes with a gonk. But anyway, onto the annual. There are a few very interesting pieces here. And while I won't be showing you the whole of the annual, you can see there's plenty of fun comics and games throughout this book. And the first thing that I'd like to be focusing on is this new Endor Beader bike build, which, if you've seen my custom speeder video where I made my own, you'll know that LEGO doesn't usually make scaled versions of vehicles and ships. However, this speeder is probably the closest we'll get to seeing a minifigure scale Endor speeder bike. And you can see here just a few of the pieces that go into building it. You can fit two characters on the bike, one might be standing up. But with how thin this bike is, I think this is the closest we'll come to an official minifigure scale speeder. And it doesn't even use that many parts, as the whole build is about a brick thick. And whilst it would be nice for them to create a new custom piece, this is the closest that we're going to get. So perhaps I have to build this and compare it to mine at some point soon. We also get another look at the speeder bike later on and all the parts used. However, the next interesting thing comes in a comic. At the end of Return of the Jedi, Luke is escaping in the Tidarian shuttle, which personally looks a lot better in this book than the set we got a while back. But you can see Anakin's Force Ghost pops up, and whilst this is a bit of fun, a few pages later we have a puzzle with the Force Ghost, and I just really would like a LEGO Force Ghost. I know 40 years of Return of the Jedi would have been the moment to do it. However, if certain someone does show up in the Ahsoka show, we also have that open for next year. And of course, we also got a Force Ghost in the Kenobi show, which there was actually a rumoured piece that LEGO were meant to be coming out with for that set. So I'm not sure if we'll see that anytime soon. I'll put a picture up on screen, as I don't think it is a genuine LEGO rumour. However, next year marks the 5th anniversary of Episode 10, where we see loads of ghosts. We see a vision of Han Solo, we see the ghost of Luke and Leia. We also hear so many other Jedi spirits and voices from around the galaxy, and perhaps other galaxies, dependent where Ahsoka ends up, that perhaps next year we will get a piece that will mould around the most common minifigures, and I'd love to see a separate piece for Yoda as well, as he wouldn't fit with the usual minifigures. But I just would love to see Lego come out with a trans blue piece, and I have built my own ghost using some trans blue figure elements, but I'd love a piece that you could apply to any minifigure, so that down the line they don't have to keep making new parts when new Force users are introduced as ghosts, and rather you can use this one piece and just put the minifigure behind it. And it makes sense, all the Force ghosts have this blue glow around them, so it just looked really cool in Lego form. And we also get a few other sets sprinkled throughout, such as this Lego Falcon, and whilst none of them I think are going to be sets, it'd be really interesting if we see another X-Wing model, as this is the UCS version at the end of the book with the instructions on how to build Luke Skywalker. And they are retiring the current Playscale Luke's X-Wing, which does come with Leia Jan Dodonna, and is a really great way to get the figures, unless you've already picked up the Yavin 4 set, which does come with Jan Dodonna in place of, say, Mon Mothma. But we'll probably be getting another playset soon. There's always an X-Wing on the shelves, unless they want more focus on the UCS model. But that is the whole annual. You can see on the back, there's also the yearbook for Lego Harry Potter, and they've also done their own official annual, which does come with a gaming minifigure. I have covered these in my video where I review all of this year's advents. But if you don't have this Luke Skywalker minifigure, this annual for £7 odd is definitely worth picking up. And if you don't want to pick it up now, next year these will all be on sale, especially after the Christmas festive period. So definitely pick him up if you don't have him in your collection. And I hope you enjoyed this review of the annual and all the little Easter eggs that were sprinkled throughout. And if you watched it this far, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, where I review sets coming up to Christmas. And I'll definitely be making a video of all the sets you can expect to retire, as collectors will want to know when minifigures are no longer available. But that's all for this video, and this Luke is really awesome. It's a shame there's no side of leg printing and they haven't dual molded the black boots on. And of course we all would have preferred getting the same Luke that we got with a Dark Trooper attack with this Endor poncho. But Lego are sort of on and off with all the material pieces they are producing, so we'll have to see what the future holds. But for now, may the bricks be with you.